Okay, so I had to redo it because for some reason it was going through XSplit before, which is a program I no longer use. I was using Hangouts before, but with YouTube's new way that they work things and their new streaming stuff, it's now done differently. Ugh, adjusting boobs on air. That's lovely. Okay. Seeing what if all on anything I can even adjust. Okay, it's just using that over there, so I don't even have to have this on. I can turn the TV down. I was watching Simpsons while I was waiting for this to update and get going. So, but it's got easier share options now. So that's good. And I'm going to take advantage of those while we're doing this. So copy that. I need to move this a little bit. There we go. And why did I click on YouTube when I want to pick this up? Post there, and there it goes. I have such a darky smile in that preview. It's like, smile for your preview. What? Why do you want me smiling for something? Oh my God. It's my first time posting stuff with doing a video with the new format. So I'm going in for a full tonsillectomy. And that may not sound like a big deal. And for the age that they normally do this at, it's not a big deal. When you're an adult, there's a lot of complications. When you're almost 40, like me, there's even more. So I'm going to have an interesting time dealing with this. They are putting me on heavy narcotics afterwards. I've already been warned about that. I'm not really thrilled about that aspect. Oh, my awesome keyboard. Ooh. It's a keyboard. I know I'm weird. The dogs are playing. Do. I'm just going on here and posting in a couple of areas. You know, let people know that I'm here if they want to talk or anything, or I don't know. Not that anybody's even watching. I've got 0 viewers. For the longest time. That's my big concern is, I know I don't have the best voice in the world, but I'm really scared that it's going to affect my voice. I do know that after the surgery, I'll stop sounding like a teenager where my voice cracks and goes up and down. And that'll be nice. I've had problems with my tonsils and the glands around my neck since I was a teenager. This has been an ongoing thing throughout my life. And this is the first time that it's getting taken care of properly so that I can actually not have constant pain in my throat. And that's what a lot of my random cracking and squeaking and stuff like that is it's that pain that's going on. So it'll be definitely nice to get that taken care of and not have that going on anymore. Because that has been a constant issue. Just nonstop. Oh, I got people messaging me. I'll share that so they know what it is I'm doing right now. If they want to chat, they can come in here and chat. No, for those who end up asking at some point, this has nothing to do with my throat issues. That's just a birthmark. And yeah, it's side of the neck, chin. It goes around. I get little kids all the time that come up and, are you okay? And they want to touch it and everything. And it's just a birthmark. I tell some people I got into a paintball fight when I was little and lost, but no, it's just a birthmark. Somebody's finally watching. Hello to whoever's watching. I'm 8 minutes into recording so far, talking about what's going on, what the surgery is, and what it is for you that just came in is they're doing a full tonsillectomy, and this includes resurfacing the back of my throat. I have had issues with my tonsils and all the glands, and they left. Wow. And somebody's back. So if you're actually watching and listening, say something so I know you're there. Fox, what are you doing? You little weirdo. You're a little weirdo. Yes, you are. You want ups? You want ups? There. The puppy wants ups. The puppy. The puppy. Oh, do you hear the no-go? What's she doing? What's the no-go doing? Is the Noko being weird? Yeah, the Noko's always being weird. Yeah. Yeah, if nothing else, it's cute puppy time right now. Hey, I got a like for cute puppy. We have the live chat going on, so if you want to say something in the chat, go for it. I'm just kind of sitting here watching, watching people pop in and out of the room. I guess I'm excited for the surgery because after I'm healed up, it'll be the first time in over 20 years that I haven't felt pain. But it's also the terrifying fact that, they keep you on narcotics for 3 weeks after this. That's a scary thing, and I've been warned about different complications that can come along. Vocal paralysis is one of the complications that could arise. A more common one is, you're going to go over that way? Okay. A more common one is bleeding, that everything will just reopen and start bleeding. So it's a little scary. I keep reminding myself that after this is done, it's no more pain for the rest of my life. After it's healed up, it's no more squeaky voice. It's no more having random issues. Fox, what are you doing? Why do you have to rearrange the blanket? This couch is old and icky. You don't need to do that. People don't need to see the old icky couch. No. No. I'm going to be depending on the people I live with for help with the dogs after my surgery, because I'm going to be bedridden for a minimum of a week. So I'm not going to be able to care for them. It'll be up to my roommates to take care of them completely. And I'm a little anal when it comes to my dogs, so that's going to be interesting. As far as I know, both my roommates are going to sit in the recovery room and wait for me to get done. I have no idea how long I'll be under the knife or how long I'm going to be unconscious. It really depends on what they get into when they get in there. Right now, both of my tonsils are impacted. One is worse than the other, the one on this side. And because of that, it's actually swelling to halfway into my throat. So I have restricted breathing at night if I roll the wrong way, because that tonsil will fall down into place and completely restrict my throat. I've woken up a few times in a start because I'm choking and I have to roll over in order to alleviate the choking. And also the random infections, I'm not going to lie, they stink. They're disgusting. And I've been dealing with this for so many years. I was right in that age gap when all this started, where they were absolutely insistent that kids had to keep their tonsils. Oh, your tonsils are important. You have to have them. And because of that, during the times when it would have been easy to remove them, they didn't remove them. Then afterwards, it's like, oh, I'm surprised they didn't remove those when you were younger. Well, it's too late now. If it's not bothering you too much, you should just keep dealing with it. And now it's to the point where, well, your tonsils are really affecting your health to the point where you just can't leave them in, so we have to remove them. And the thing is, the older and older and older you get, the more difficult that surgery is. It's not like a little kid going in where it's wham bam, thank you, ma'am, you're out. So it's it's worrying me. Like I said earlier, I'm excited and scared at the same time. I've talked to a couple of other adults who have had it done, though. Not quite as old as me, but still full adults, not teenagers, not in their early 20s. They were late 20s. And the ones that I've talked to, they've been very supportive, very helpful, cued me into different things to use for food afterwards, and things like that, including these clear protein mixes that I'd never even heard of until this. And so I've got everything stocked up. I talked to somebody who was very, very helpful at the state office. Those of you who follow CODA's page know that, you know, I'm disabled. The job I have, I don't earn a lot at it. And because of that, I do depend on some additional help from the state. And my benefits got cut off because my ex roommates, the place previous to this one, decided that they were going to just get rid of my mail. Didn't tell me I had anything. So I didn't know I had a re-enrollment coming up. And it just happened to fall right before the surgery that all my benefits were gone. And they were just going to leave it like that. They don't care. They knew all of this was going on and they still didn't bother to tell me. But there were a couple of really, really friendly people that were over and beyond helpful. I managed to get back on everything, managed to get enough funds to get all the stuff I needed. Like, here, these ones I haven't put away yet. I'll open the box, and like these things, the meal replacements. Covered up the logo because I'm not trying to advertise for any companies. But they're meal replacement shakes. They don't taste too bad. At least they're gluten free. So I don't have to worry about any issues with wheat products. It says to serve chilled or over ice. Yeah, they don't taste too bad. I'm gonna miss. I love salads, and I'm gonna miss my salads while I'm recovering because obviously I won't be able to do that. I'm gonna miss baked potatoes. I'm not a big chips eater, so that's not a real issue. I know my size, and I'm not a big chips eater. Speaking of my size, because I know that's been brought up, all the people that they like to make the jokes as if I haven't heard all of the jokes before. Come on, honey, I've been dealing with this for years, including being a bigger girl with a weird birthmark. So if you're going to come up with a joke, make it something I haven't heard from the third grade. Make it interesting for me. Make it something new. I'd really like to hear something new because I'm kind of getting bored with all the other stuff. Um, but as for the weight, I have had thyroid issues that my doctor is amazed I'm not in a coma for because my levels tend to go beyond what could be normal, even beyond what's physically safe. I had one doctor tell me flat out that at the level I'm at, she's never seen anybody walking. Usually they're in a coma. But we're actually finally, it's been 10 years in the works with the new medication, and we're finally getting close to the safety level where it actually balances my hormones out. And I have been noticing as I'm getting closer to that safety level that my weight is going down, which is a huge deal for me. It's a big boost of confidence. It makes me feel better. It makes it easier to move. I've still got the fibro, so, I still have my days like today where everything just hurts. But I have less of those days. It's not an everyday thing. I have an occasional day where it doesn't hurt as bad and it's easier to move and I'm able to get out and do more stuff. I even had a couple of days where I didn't have to use a cane, which for me is a big deal at this point in my life. I was super, super proud of those. Though that was a good couple days. I paid for it afterwards. I should have still brought the cane with and I should have taken it slow, but because I was feeling good, I got cocky. And I pretty much went running around town because it's like, yay, I can move. I can move. But it also enabled me to do some fun stuff with my son. Like we got invited to go along with a friend to go see a movie. And we went and saw um Ready Player One. I think that's Player One. I can't remember the first part. I think it's Ready, but awesome movie. Oh my god, I love that movie. Um, hey, and there's another birthmark chick in it. See if you can spot her before the end. Um, but yeah, he loved it. He got to visit with her kids, and I was just all excited because I'm out and about with a friend that I haven't seen in years. So that was cool. You're noticing that Gidget is not in this video like she has been in some past videos. And that is because she is having some substance abuse issues. And during those times where she's using, she's doing things that either she remembers and just doesn't care or she doesn't remember at all. And my heart goes out to her. I hope that she finds some relief. I hope that she gets back off the stuff. But at this point in my life, I can't have that around me. I just can't do it. But I really hope that she does get the help that she needs. It's not that I don't care about her, I do. I just know that I cannot help her and she will just bring my health down even further with that going on. So if anybody else that's watching this knows her, let her know that I do care. I just can't have it around me. And hi, whoever's watching again. If you want to say something, let me know who you are, or if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them right now. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to keep rambling for a while. Oh, the nose is acting up. Yes, I know I'm more pale than normal. I just got over a nasty bug that after getting over it, my roommate ended up catching it. So now he's on meds for it and he's working on getting over it. And I'm trying to keep a little bit of distance from him simply because I don't want to get sick right before surgery. But he's taking a nap before going out because it's my buddy who also does the paper routes, so he's got to get some sleep before he goes out tonight. I'm not working routes right now because I'm trying to get myself into a regular sleep schedule, somewhat regular, for the surgery time so that I'm not up all night beforehand. And when you're used to being up until 8, 9 in the morning every single night for work, that's easier said than done. It's really easier said than done. I'll get tired, I'll go to sleep, and boom, 3 a.m. I'm awake, looking around, thinking, oh, no, 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 no. This ain't good. Nothing I can do about it. I'm up, but I'm gonna try tonight going to bed at 2 a.m. and see if that keeps me asleep long enough. Because on the 9th, I have to be at the hospital at 11 a.m. You know, a little groggy before they try to sedate me wouldn't be bad. Just not dead on my feet. I'm real surprised that at least one person isn't commenting, but she also is probably busy right now. Found out that one of my friends just had a surgery herself recently. Didn't get to probe on what she had the surgery for. I hope she's okay. I really hope she's okay. But I'll talk to my other friend a little later and see what's going on there. Um, the friend I'm talking about is Kimber. And I know a lot of people on here don't like her. Well, that's because you've listened to hype and you haven't gotten to know her. She owns the company naturalhealthycbd.com. Awesome company. You guys should check it out. All right, let's see here. Let's look up some like current affair topics or here. Just show on Facebook. Oh. Ah, okay. Hi, Pam. All right, I get it. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little for some people. What to do? Close out of that one. Open up. My friend Pam says hi back. Yeah, you have to be signed in to YouTube before you can respond back and forth. That's probably what's going on with you. Looking for any type of inspiration. Right now, guys, I'm just flipping through because sometimes I just find something that's really good, really funny on Facebook, and I got some really crazy friends. Oh, there we go. For my other fibro and PTSD people out there, that irritating situation where you go to do something, like even coming down a flight of stairs, and then you stand there and you're like, was I going up the stairs or did I come down here to get something? You can even sign in through your Facebook or Google, Pammy. Either or. There is another thing, and this is a lot of people post about this. I'm one of them. I don't understand why people do this. But the chain letters on Facebook. What is the point of the chain letters, people? What are you trying to prove? I mean, yeah, some of them they sound sweet until you say, I hope I better get this back and you better send it to 10 more people. I thought this was a private conversation between me and you. Am I wrong there? I mean, if we're bringing other people in, why don't you just tag them into the conversation? Also, you get so many viruses with those things. It's ridiculous. Oh my. You can't see it, but one of my friends posted a video of her dog. They ripped open a bag of something and spread it all over the house. Oh, and they look so proud of themselves. Oh, that's too cute. One of my friends. I'm burying a store skeleton in a shallow grave under a deck that I am putting on the back of our house. Should make for an interesting discovery in 30 some years when the next guy is rebuilding it. Okay, okay, Pam. I'm lighting up. Sheesh. My one friend who's not on YouTube yelling at me to just smoke the freaking cigarette pretty much. She says, "Smoke a cigarette with me, hon." But yeah, I get to see some cute stuff with some of my friends. I'm sure everybody else has seen the little video with the little pig. It just wakes up and starts spinning around. It says when that fourth cup of coffee finally kicks in. I don't care. I'm glad it's entertaining, Pam. She's having fun with it. But the pig starts spinning around. It says when the fourth cup of coffee finally kicks in. I know it's horrible of me. I don't care. But every time I see that, I think, oh my God, they finally made caffeinated bacon. One of my friends, he posts a picture of himself in the exact same position over and over again. Well, I'm glad you found that funny, Pam. Oh, there's another one. This would pertain to me in a heartbeat. I started a day without coffee once. My court date is pending. These are the people I have on my Facebook. This is crazy. I love all my crazy friends, though. They're interesting. One of them has a substance, I don't even know what it is, but when she squeezes it, it lets out sparkles everywhere, and she's just squeezing it and dismantling this so that it falls apart, but I have no idea what it is. I know we need to hang out, hon. If it wasn't this late at night, at this point, I'd just be running over there, but being this late, and I know when I do finally get to the point of crashing, I literally crash, so I don't want to risk it. Let's see here. I have to wonder. It's a picture of a man looking in a mirror, and he's got a few little grays here and there. And his thought bubble is, with each new gray hair, I'm another step closer to becoming a wizard. I have to wonder, do men actually think that? Are there men out there that actually think along those lines? If so, okay, I give you props. That's cool. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a good one for everybody whose page is this? Okay. My friend Michelle shared this one. This is a good one. Service dog etiquette. There's not a lot of people that understand what you should do when you're around a service dog. For a lot of people, it's an awkward situation. They're not used to seeing them, or you're a dog lover and you are just overexcited about seeing it. Well, here's some general rules. Do not touch the dog or the handler. And yes, that happens more often than you realize. I have some issues where I like to have my own little personal space. And I've had people go up and just grab my arm and stop me from moving. It's like, what? Do I know you? You're kind of freaking me out. Please let go. I will not be held responsible for the beast you unleash. Now let go. Um, I don't actually say the beast you unleash, but I do freeze up. Don't look at the dog and start talking to it. Don't call it. Don't whistle. Don't coo at it. Don't make a bunch of animal noises at it. Just ignore the dog. Don't go up to somebody else's dog and start feeding it something. You don't know if that dog's on a special diet or anything like that. You do that, you're run the possibility of getting the dog really sick. Don't harass, follow, or photograph. I don't know how many times I've had people stop me. I had one person stop me, wrap their arm around Coda, take a picture of him, and then they walked away. Standing there, what the hell? You just selfied with my dog. Have you never seen a dog before? Is it like do I actually have some magical unicorn that I don't even realize that it's a unicorn with the horn and, well, his tail's kind of floofy, but with the horn and everything else, and am I walking some exotic species? No, it's a dog. And above all else, don't ask the handler what their disability is. It is rude. I don't want to explain to people, 20 times in a row as I'm walking through a store, I have PTSD and fibromyalgia. And then it's what are those? And you have to explain that. And this one question that's been asked all of a sudden turns into this 10 to 15-minute conversation about my disabilities that I didn't want to have in the first place. I mean, I don't go up to you and ask how your last colonoscopy was. Now, that's kind of a little bit of just common sense. When somebody's out shopping, a lot of times they want to be left alone. And I'm one of those people, I don't like talking to other people when I'm shopping. I'm polite about it, but I'd really rather not. It's my space. I'm doing my thing, and I want to just be left alone. Let's see here. My friend Paul. Warning for anybody who watches this later on who has children. It's about to have some foul language. My friend Paul posts, fucking voices in my head again. They talk shit about me like I'm not even there, fuckers. Paul, you and me both, honey. You and me both. That's too funny. I love it. Let's see here. Anything else that's of any interest? Oh, my nose is just driving me crazy. Yeah, my nose has been leaking on and off, so it's just. And of course, the tissue I had over here for it, in midst of all my roommate stuff, has decided to walk away from me. Either that or Fox, who does have a problem with leaving tissues be, decided to walk away with it. Here's something. No. Wait a minute. There we go. One moment. Don't want to blow my nose on camera. I suppose that is still technically on camera, but at least the act of doing it wasn't right up in the main view. Da, da, da. We have a new season, Sprinter, winter and spring. Yes, we do. It is spring, and it's already the 6th, but yet we keep getting snow at random up here after having all the nice weather. So we definitely have Sprinter. We now, something another one of my friends posted, and it's a good thing to point out, for those who don't like cannabis, there is now a Harvard study that shows how it cuts cancer. It kills cancer. It is a cancer cure, but it's still being criminalized. It's more and more proof of why it should just be made legal for the public. I mean, I'm lucky in where I have my medical prescription for it, but for those who could still benefit from it but don't qualify under the limited restrictions that they have for it, just legalizing it across the board would make it so much easier for people to access. It would bring the price of it down. You, you just need to legalize it, plain and simple. Another one, more of a political thing, but I agree with it wholeheartedly. Do you think we need a law banning Congress from ever borrowing from Social Security again? Now, for those of you who've never studied laws and never studied where all this money comes from, Social Security is like a retirement we're all paying into. Everybody pays a little bit into it. That is not income earned by the government. That is something that is paid for by the people for the people. Now, when the Congress borrows against it and then says, well, there's not enough money in Social Security for this and this and this, that's actually the government taking money that is supposed to be in place specifically for the people for things that may not actually benefit the people. And if you say, well, what could they be doing that doesn't benefit the people? What vacations do they go on that we pay for? How high is their pay that again we're paying for? And not once during all these cutbacks has anybody in Congress ever agreed to have their pay docked in order to help out with this. So that's something that you really need to think on, and a lot of people really need to understand is, that Social Security doesn't actually belong to the government. There are no government programs that are funding that. It's not like other things. This is something that we individually pay into in order to have something for when we become disabled or unable to work. And for those who are kind of a nihilist mentality who say, well, if you're disabled and you're unable to work, then you should just, not be here. And there are some jackasses out there that say that. I know so many people that are disabled that they volunteer in programs around their city. They volunteer time at shelters. They volunteer time with children. These are the people that are actually helping to keep a backbone in place with volunteer work that other areas aren't covering. They also help to keep the market going. They're making purchases. They're getting out there and they're living. They're paying for rent. All of these things. So when you keep cutting down the price that these people are getting to the point where they need to group together to be able to live comfortably, and when they group together, there's always running the chance if they don't have separate fridges. Yes, that is the thing they look for. If you are not preparing your own food and have separate bills with the landlord to signify that your rent is solely your responsibility versus the other people in the house's rent, that their benefits will be cut because, oh, you're all living together, so you don't need as much. It's hard enough for people who are on Social Security who are disabled to keep going on as it is. And a lot of them do die early. So you don't need to be cutting funding from them even further. Oh, my nose is just going to kill me today. I swear. Let's see here. Anything else that's good? A lot of things about anxiety. I have a lot of friends who have the same anxiety issues as me. This is cute. Yeah, I like this. If you're somewhere dark and scary and think this feels like the first 5 minutes of supernatural or a horror movie, then start walking like a dinosaur for no apparent reason. Because no one in the first 5 minutes of supernatural or a horror movie would start walking like a dinosaur for no apparent reason. And now they're going to make a horror movie where someone does that just to mess with everyone. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I want one of these. They call it a pocket mouse. And it looks like a pen. You work it like a pen, and it works on any surface. Oh, with my artwork. This is awesome. This would make things so much easier. I'm sharing that. You realize this started as a conversation about my surgery coming up and has dissolved into me going through Facebook and reading things back to people. Odd. I am so odd. And I am being selective on what I share just because some people's stuff I don't want to share. Yeah, this is me. When I get old, I don't want people thinking, "What a sweet little old lady." I want them saying, "Oh crap, what's she up to now?" Considering I'm almost 40, I getting close to that point. Um, no, 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 that's a sad thing. I'm not reading it. Yes, I am one of those people who skips over the sad things. Okay, it's a cute picture. Okay, they don't. One of my friends posted a picture of her dog holding a bunch of flowers, and at first it looked like she put socks on the dog, and I was like, "Why would you put socks?" But no, there's no socks. Okay, we're good. Oh, has anybody seen that when snowflakes date video? I love that thing. It is so freaking hilarious. Oh, hello, lover. I didn't even realize you were there. I was cruising through Facebook. No, the surgery's not for my tooth. I have had issues with my tonsils since I was a little kid, but I grew up in the era where it was no, your tonsils are important. You shouldn't get them taken out. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. And they are now to the point where they're impacted and they have to do a full tonsillectomy, including resurfacing of the back of my throat. And, for a kid, it's an easy surgery. For me, not so much at my age and with my disabilities. And it's one of those things where I'm excited for it and I'm nervous about it at the same time. But no, it's not to replace the tooth. The tooth was just, as you can see, everything else is healthy in there. I lost the one tooth because of a bad dentist who, instead of filling it and capping it off when it had gotten cracked, they left it hollow and it broke. So yeah, that really doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people, but I don't know. I guess I'm just not into appearance as much when it comes to that, so it just doesn't bother me. I might one day get a flapper to put in there just for other people, but as for me, it's not a big deal. And I don't think I'd be making a YouTube thing and talking if it was just the tooth. That's kind of minor. I know for some people the throat seems like a minor thing, but as I discussed earlier in the video, there's a lot of complications that could happen with my age and getting this done because I am almost 40. I'm just a year off of it. Mm. Got blow my nose again. 1 minute. Oh, I just don't like playing with the tissues up here, and um, I can't think of anything else to say. I've talked about dogs. I've talked about different random things that my friends post. I've talked about me being worried. I think what freaks me out most is the fact that everything could come loose and start bleeding. Kind of scared of that happening when I sleep, but also excited about the prospect of being able to sleep without my own tonsils choking me. So mixed feelings on that. Mixed feelings. Like I'd said before, I keep reminding myself after this is done and after it's healed up, no more pain. It's been over 20 years and I'll finally not be feeling pain anymore. No more pain when I talk, no more pain when I swallow, no more pain when I just breathe wrong or I breathe in air that's too cold and the back of my throat decides to start seizing up because of the tonsils. Um, I guess also one thing I'd like to say before shutting this off is if you're a parent who has children who are having a lot of tonsil issues and the doctor is being resilient, push it because it's a lot easier for them to heal up from it at a younger age. I know they're going to say, well, it takes years off their life. We're talking 1 or 2 years. And you have to think of the quality of life also, because this hasn't been quality of life dealing with this. I truly, and this has been every adult I've talked to who's had to have their tonsils taken out in adult years, past when it would be safe, past the child safe years, has said they wish their parents had pushed and wish they had gotten them taken out when they were younger. I have not heard one person say, "Love you too, Pammy. Um, I have to be there at 11. I'll text you all the details." Um, but like I was saying, I've not met one person who said they were glad their parent waited. Going through it as an adult means being on heavy narcotics for several weeks, running the risk of addiction, that I'm praying I don't go through. I'm going to try to use as little of the meds as possible, as little of the narcotics as possible that they're sending home with me, because I don't want to deal with addiction issues. That's something that I've just never been that type of person. I don't want that. I actually get pissed at myself just for smoking cigarettes. I'm not giving it out, honey. My friend sent me her phone number. She just wanted to remind me not to give it out to anybody. I'm not going to. But, um, if your kid's tonsils are that bad to where they are having chronic issues, push. Push to get those things removed. Because otherwise, what you're going to have is a nearly 40-year-old going into the hospital and worrying about bleeding into the back of her throat while she's sleeping. After getting it done, you have to worry about running the risk of addiction because of the narcotics they give you. Instead of it being a quick surgery, it's 2 to 3 week minimum recovery time. You run the risk of losing your ability to talk, you run the bleeding risk. It's just not worth it to wait. It is so much more dangerous as an adult. Now, granted, medicine keeps moving forward. And even he said, nobody's died from the surgery in years. No adults have died in years. But it's still really hard for adults to recover from it versus kids. So just give it a good push. Make sure that your doctor knows that you'd rather it was done, if there is problems, that it was done now. Now, don't go pushing when there isn't problems. If it's like an occasional sore throat, just leave it be. But if you're having like 6 or more cases of strep and all that in a year, get them taken out. Even if the doctor's resilient, then say, "I want a second opinion." Because this is your child's wellness. This is your child's health and your child's stability of mind that you're playing with. Okay, I'm going to end this now. I hope everybody has a wonderful night. I'm going to try my best to, but I've talked a little bit too much and I'm starting to get sore at this point because, like I said, right now they are both impacted. So all the vibrations on my throat are just making it hurt worse and worse. All right. Everyone take care. Bye-bye.